All right, Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Whiskey, Victor Echo 3, France, America, London, Fred and Thunder Bay. How do you copy, Ray? Over.
Okay, you're Q5, you're 5 and 6 here into central British Columbia, Fred. Great QRP signal there, over.
All right, you're anywhere from 10 to 20 over. I've been listening to you talking with the other fellow there for quite a while, and you and I are both on the same wavelength when it comes to CW, when it comes to QRP and digital modes. I have to agree with you on that. So I've been listening to you for a while, but I just wanted to make sure that I could get through to you. Now, your antenna is doing all the work. Your antenna is doing all the work. I'm just transmitting, and those big ears you have on your end are listening to everything I say. Over.
Well, that's great. And a couple of days ago, I have a pair of these 6 elements, but the difference in the two 6-element antennas is the lower one is a long boom one. It's wide spaced. It's got a 30-foot boom on it. It's still 6 elements. It's made by the same company. It's an Old Force 12. It's called a Magnum one. It's for heavier wind, heavier antenna altogether. But the one I'm on now is a 6-element mono bender. It only has an 18-foot boom. There's about 1.2 dB difference in gain between the two. The back to fronts might very much tighter on the long boom one, and I don't like to use it when I'm QRPing because everybody calls CQ. Anybody off the side will call CQ and start a conversation when you're on QRP when you're off the side of that one. So sometimes when the band isn't as open, I will tune up my 160 wire antenna and work QRP on 10 meters on it. It seems to give me a little more space then. But you're doing really well here, and between Dave and I, all of a sudden we had tremendous QSB there. We were going from 20 over back down to maybe a 5 and 2 or a 5 and 3. That's a lot of QSB, and funny because the band did that yesterday. And the previous month, it wasn't that big a deal. The QSB might have been 1 or 2 S units, but not from 20 over down to S2 there, Fred, over.
All right, VA7RW, VE3FAL. Okay, yeah, I do hear what you're saying because when I was listening to you guys earlier, same thing. I couldn't hear Dave, but I could hear you. Everything for me right now is west. Everything I have this afternoon seems to be west. I'm not hearing the East Coast at all, but I'm hearing, California, Texas, Oregon, and even Australia earlier. But you're booming in here like crazy right now. You're in here like gangbusters. But earlier I'm watching you, and you're 20 over, and then you would drop right down to 5.5 and a 5 and 3. So I figured I'd hang on here and see if I couldn't reach you. I did send you an email. I'm running an ICOM 7300 into the windom antenna, and I'm set at 2% right now, which on the meter looks like it's just below 1 watt. So that's why I say anywhere between 500 milliwatts and 750 milliwatts, Ray, over.
Wow, that's excellent. When I've got my radio geared up here, I normally run on 10 meters, 500 milliwatts I run. Of course, if you're running your stacked Yankees, you're still cheating anyway. On my old contest station, I had on this band, I had 6 over 6, and I've got 164 countries on 500 milliwatts. But if you do the math on 6 over 6, I think 500 milliwatts works out to approximately 50 watts of reflected power there. So, you're not, you might be QRP as far as contests go, but you're not QRP. It's like my friend on 80 meters that I could never beat in a contest with my 4 square. I could never beat him, and I went to his site in Florida, and he's right on the coast. And he's got 4 600-foot towers, and he's got a 128 element curtain up at 600 feet. No wonder I could never beat him, when I was there, we could work Europe on 80 meters in the middle of the day. And so he's got, in the middle of the day when I hear nothing, he's already got enough stations logged on a contest to already beat me. So I got an education there on what a real antenna sounds like. So, and I thought I had a pretty good one set up, but I was mistaken. I needed a big jump there, Fred. Anyway, Fred, I have somebody standing by here. I don't know if they still are. I don't want to keep them much longer. So I'll say 7-3 to you. It's good meeting you here. I got you logged in on QRZ. So I'll listen out on your final there, Fred. Victor Echo 3, Fox Alpha Lima, QRP, VA7RW.
All right, VA7RW, VE3FAL QRP. I'll send you the link to the YouTube video, Ray, and you can watch it because you sound, oh, and just a comment on your audio. Your audio is fantastic. Don't change a thing. Don't grab a plastic bag. Don't do any of that. You sound fantastic. And when it comes to antennas, I know what you mean because I used to work meter scatter and I worked moon bounce, and I think my most memorable contact was on 6 meters one morning. My 3-element Yagi up about 25 feet was stuck to the northwest, looking at the full moon, and I worked a Russian station, and I got a contact back, and when I looked at it, and his antenna array, he had like train tracks with a motor running his antennas, and he had to have like 50 stacked Yagis up. So I know he did all the work. I was just transmitting. Talk to you later, Ray. Take care. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later. VA7RW out in British Columbia. Victor Echo 3, France, America, London, QRP and Thunder Bay. 7-3, Ray.
Yeah, 7-3, Fred. Kilo Bravo 8, Whiskey Bravo, Mike VA7.
Wow.
RW, you still by?
Unbelievable. So I'm running less than 1 watt into my windom antenna, and Ray out in 100 Mile Ranch, BC, was able to hear me and work me, but he's running a stacked array. Oh, let me just see if I can pan in on here. That's probably just one of them. So thank you so much, Ray, for that contact. You just brought back a little bit more life to QRP. I have an 817 non-ND
very good. Well, nice
and part of the Blown Finals Club, the BFC Club, that I need to resurrect here once again. I have a whole whack of others. I've got, you know, the Alicrafts, I've got the U-Kits, I've got all kinds of other QRP rigs here I need to run, but they're all CW, not sideband, except for the 817. So take care, stay safe, folks. Have a great weekend. Watch out for the other person because the other person may not be watching out for you. This is Fred in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. YQT. That was fantastic. Take care. Stay safe. 7-3.